Three, two, one.
Hi, guys. Welcome to Bar Exam. Glad to have you guys here again. Make sure that you're hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. Now, I'm not here alone. I'm Allie, your host, but we have the Bar Exam crew here and a special guest. Now, let's go ahead and go through the crew first and then introduce our special guest. So we got Mr. Marcus in the building. What's up, Mr.
What up?
Marcus? How you feeling?
What up? What up? What up?
Who's it? And then we also have the Grams up in here, the G's. We got Eric G and we got Shane G. What's up?
You already know.
What up?
What's the
What's
deal?
good?
You know what I'm saying? Graham playing in the building.
And then we also have a very special guest today. We have an LA rapper, LA native here hanging out with us. We've got Mike Steezy in the building. What's up, Mike?
Yes, sir. Mike Steezy checking in. What's the deal, y'all?
What's up? Glad to have you here. Thank you for hanging out with us. Now we're
Of
definitely
course.
going to dive into getting to know Steezy because I'm sure that some of you guys out there want to learn a little bit more about him because he is a really great artist. Now we're going to get to it, but first, let's talk about what's been happening in the news cycle. Okay, there's been a lot of stuff, so we're going to be like nice and light. All right, we're going to take it real chill. We're going to start off with what is it, Gen Z, Shane? We're going to talk about Gen Z
Yeah,
and their
they've been trying to
vernacular.
steal our slang, man. They've been trying to steal what
Oh,
we do, and they're trying to retitle it, and so this is what sparked this, right? So I read a thread earlier today. The guy's name is by David Weiss. This is a hilarious thread. He says, me trying to connect with my kids. This is a white guy, mind you. He says, me trying to connect with my kids. Bruh, your room is looking low-key chopped as fuck. Big yikes. You better give your room a glow up or I'm gonna crash out. No cap. So so he tells everybody to copy and paste it and send it to their kids to see the responses, and all of the kids are just losing their mind. Like, mom, are you having a stroke? Why are you talking to me like this? Like,
oh
you
my
yell at
God.
me instead. I don't want you using our slang and blah blah blah, right? Like, so it's just a bunch of those type of comments, right? And it's just hilarious. But it got me to thinking, right? All Gen Z slang is just black slang that we made up usually a long time ago that they're just now catching up on. And I have a whole list of examples for you.
Yeah.
Bet black people, when we say it, two different meanings. Either, okay, I got you, or, oh, you think you can do this? So it
Mm-hmm.
could be a
Mm-hmm.
challenge, right? Gen Z use widely used online in text or conversations to mean yes or sure. So they keep most of the meanings, but they try to claim them for themselves, right? No cap, cap or capping means to lie. Um, so that's still the same. They just, try to take it over. Slaps or hits different. Again, that's us. Something's usually very good, music or food. They have taken that one. Lit. That's us all day. I don't have to. I'm not even gonna go into definitions. Y'all know what all this stuff means, but these are just things that they call Gen Z slang now. That this is us.
Yeah,
Fam, squad, crew. That's all us.
that's
Taking a
all
W,
us.
taking a
Yeah,
L.
that's our
That's
for sure.
us.
So they
Drip.
basically just took millennial slang and just decided to act like they didn't even repackage it. Like if you
They ain't
remixed it,
even
I could
repackage it.
see where you're coming from, but
Yeah, he said we
They ain't
like
even
hell
that
repackage
no.
doing
it,
it.
repurpose it, none of that. Like drip, that's us.
Yeah.
Flex, that's us. Being dead, like something's funny, you laughing hard. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm dead. That's us. Spilling the tea, we know that's us.
Yeah.
Calling people sis, that's us. Sheesh. You know what I'm saying? Sheesh. That's us
Yeah.
all day.
All day.
To slay, that actually comes from the black queer community. So shout out to y'all. Ghost or ghosting, that's us. And then one that I recently saw on a podcast that really kind of sparked all of this in my mind like a week ago, and then just got re-sparked with that thread. But unk. I heard two people saying that unk meant uncool. No, the fuck it doesn't. Unk is
Oh.
historically black people have called our older black men in the community who we respect. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We call them unk is short for uncle. It doesn't mean uncool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
What
Yeah,
the
I've
saying?
never
hell?
So
heard that.
Gen
How are they
Z
I've
gonna
has
never
turned
heard
steal
that.
that.
steal it?
before just now.
Gen Z has turned that into like their version of boomer, basically. Like unk is a boomer to them, where we say, "Okay, boomer," they're like, "All right, unk." It's
Oh, yeah, they've been using
oh,
even auntie like that. But what really be
right.
pissing me off is like the fact, like you said, they stole all this shit from us, all these words, but also like not you trying to use them on me as though like we're not the originators. Also, like I've had people try and act like I am like 100 years older than them, and I'm like, hold the fuck up, hold the fuck up. Okay, there might be at most a 10-year age gap, at most. What the fuck is you calling auntie?
Yeah.
Not me. So yeah, that they're getting so disrespectful.
Yeah,
That
like those
they
videos
can't.
where they like ask people where like they're from, like how what year they were born, and as soon as somebody says 19, they like play like some old fashioned music. Like what?
Yo, they're calling 1995 the 1900s,
Yeah.
my nigga.
You
They're
say
referring to it as the
1990.
1900s, bro. Like that shit is crazy.
I can't lie.
What's crazy?
I've been cracking on myself with like that though. I can't lie. I think it's pretty funny.
It
But go
is.
ahead, Eric. My
But a
bad.
lot of this shit is that like a lot of these memes and like little quotes and stuff, yeah, a lot of it comes from black people. A lot of it comes from just regular text message conversation too. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the emojis that end up becoming words, but like a
Yeah.
lot of that also comes from young black people who are figuring out slang on iPhones and shit whenever iPhones first came out. Like that's where that comes from. Or like the even like some of the memes, like those all came from people who were just figuring out this new technology with the iPhone and all the new capabilities and all these different apps that were newly accessible to us. And a lot of that shit came from the young black creators. Like, let's keep it real.
Yep.
I'm so glad. I'm actually so glad that you said that, Eric. Like, because we have this is a subset of the topic. We're gonna call it inappropriate emoji time or inappropriate text time. You have the older generation, the boomer generation,
I knew you was going there.
aka my mother or father or your grandma, grandpa, but you know, the older echelon who still have technology, but also don't know necessarily how to use them in the correct form that we would use them. So there was a guy, he's older, about 65, and another gentleman in his age demographic, his mother passed. So he wanted to send a text to send his thoughts and condolences. He says, sorry about your mother. No, sorry about the passing of your mother. My condolences. LOL.
Not LOL.
LOL.
Wow.
Dude, the guy who received the text was like, John, LOL. He said, yes, sending you LOL on the, he doubled down on sending you LOL on the passing of your mother.
That's crazy.
Let me know if so he was like, so the guy cussed out in the text message. He was like, are you mad? What's wrong with you? Why would you say LOL? And he was like, what's wrong with LOL? And he was, so now he's asking his kids, and his kids are hilariously laughing. That's when they started recording the video. He was like, why would you say laughing out loud? He was like, no, that's not what LOL means. He said, well, what do you think it means, Dad? He said, lots of love.
Oh my! Oh, I knew it was gonna be something like that, where he thought it meant something that it didn't actually mean. I knew it was gonna be something like that.
And,
That's
LOL.
so great.
and like to say, you know, to send LOL for condolences.
Yeah.
Word. That's what I'm saying. Like he couldn't have known what that
diabolical.
meant.
And who was the first person to ever tell him that's what it meant? Like I've
He didn't.
never thought it meant that.
I never heard it either, but I mean,
Neither have I.
that makes sense to me with someone of the boomer variety, of the boomer generation. Yeah, LOL.
Yeah.
That's
LOL.
wild. That's
Yeah.
wild. Be careful out here. I can't lie. I honestly be feeling really slow nowadays though, because sometimes they abbreviate so much shit that I don't know what the fuck. Like I'm sitting there like racking my brain, like, what the fuck does this mean? Like there's one that happened recently and I'm still stuck. I think it's STGL. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Swear to God, something. I don't know what the L is.
Oh, Okay, that's way closer than what the fuck
I don't know what the
was
L
thinking.
is,
Yeah.
but I swear to God, I've seen that.
Okay, I can see that. I can totally see that.
I can
Because I've
see
even
that.
seen an STG. Yeah, swear to God, that makes sense. Yeah, what's the L for? I don't
I
know.
don't think I've heard that
I'm
one.
gonna look it up again. I'm gonna look it
Mm.
up. Now I feel
I don't
old.
know. It's all good. I get away with it because I look young still, but when I tell people my age, then all of a sudden, like I got a homeboy named Shidell. Shout out Shidell. He's like 28, I want to say. And when he found out I was 10 years his senior, he was like, "Oh, you Unc? What up, Unc?" I'm like, "My nigga, don't co-workers, bro, don't do that."
Don't-
Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I feel you.
Hell no, absolutely not. We're not that much older. They're
You
so
feel me?
disrespectful. They're so disrespectful. I remember when I turned 30 and my niece saw something. Like she saw some fucking, you know how like you have like these like manifestation things or whatever. Like I had some type of screenshot of it on like my phone or some shit. And she was like, it said something about like being young or whatever. And she was like, I mean, 30? You really think you young? When I
Yeah.
tell you, I wanted to snatch her little. I'm like, are you serious right
You
now?
don't
I'm
remember
not
growing up thinking
that
30
fucking
was old,
old.
though, right?
Not really, but I mean, I
I
guess
guess
if you're
I
like
did.
13, I guess it's old.
I
I
gue-
don't know.
Yeah, I guess I did because my parents were in their 30s solidly when I was like a teenager growing up, and they were still, like punishing you and what I'm saying, like getting you in trouble, and you still had that kind of fear of your parents then. So it was like I still looked at them like I don't know. I'm not gonna say old, but I felt like 30 was like you grown as hell. Like you are the adultiest adult by the time you hit 30. You know what I'm saying? That was my thinking till I turned 30 and I realized I am still 24 in my mind, but I just have more responsibility. That's all. So, like,
Facts.
Well, it also came from clubbing experiences for us too. So you got to
yeah,
remember, like, I know here in St. Louis, there was three clubs. There was a teen club, for us. There was a 21 and up club, and then there was a 35 and up club. And there
Wow.
was well, the 35 and up club was quote unquote. There was two versions of the 35 and up club. There was just 35 to kind of 45, and then there was the old head spot.
right.
The old head spot never said that they was a 35 and up club. You just, if you wasn't
No.
old head, you didn't go in there. Like that's where
Yeah.
they had setups and the blues was playing. It was a different demographic. Like you never went. So at 17 high school, when we got in, I mean, getting into the 21 and up club, that was cool. But getting to the 35 and up club, oh, that's when you was like, oh shit, what's up? But not knowing, and this is I know this is gonna sound horrible, especially like considering like with Epstein and everything that's going around. The different times of what a predator was then and what a predator is now. I mean, it's all predatory, but it's just what was accepted then. If I was in high school and I was at the 35 and up club and snuck in and pulled a number, there's no way that I'm like not bragging about that.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not there, and then they're like, "Oh, you gonna call the police? You didn't? No, don't call the police. No, what are you talking about?
Right. No, I
You
got
know,
her number, money. Like,
like, if anything, I tricked her. She didn't trick me. Like,
right. I'm somewhere I ain't supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So that, and and I don't even know how you can respectfully having that predisposition and that life experience has me questioning victims today. Unfortunately, like what do you say? Call it unknowingly. Like, what was you doing there?
So let me jump
Yeah.
in on that because that's interesting, right? Like I know let's stay here for a second though. So do you think that because I know me personally, like there's stuff that obviously when I was younger, I felt like was perfectly acceptable. But the older I've gotten now, I'm like, I look back on it and I'm like, that was fucked up. Probably shouldn't have did that. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
Oh,
wouldn't do
absolutely.
that all type of thing. So do you think that's part of it with any of the women too? Like, yeah, maybe they were in a space they were not supposed to be. And you know what I'm saying? There's unfair power, like potentially unfair power dynamics at play with a much older person versus a much younger person, stuff like that. Do you think that like the older they get, the more they look back and realize, like, wait, I was taken advantage of, and then the story comes out versus they've been holding on to this for 20 years and now they're just now saying something. You get the difference, like you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I think there's two versions of that same coin. I mean, two versions of that same story. One is
Yeah.
like I said, I was graduated class of '03. So when I graduated class of '03 up until '06, I still went back to the high school games because I had a car. I still knew the people. Teachers
Yeah.
couldn't tell me nothing because we was already grown. You know what I'm saying? So we was still in a high school space over the age of 18. You
Mhm.
know, so that necessarily it wasn't looked upon. Now you can fast forward that you got HBCUs and homecoming, and then it's dudes 45, 50 hollering at freshmen.
Pulling up for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? During homecoming weekend. So the same thing happens in a different state or a different way. And it's all, like I said, it's all the same behaviors. It's
Mhm.
just what was kind of accepted then and what's not accepted now. You
Right.
know, because if I sit there and say, "Oh, I met her at she I was 19 and she was 7 or 16," you'd be like, you kind of look at that crazy.
Yeah,
But
19 and 16 is different than 18 and 21 or
For,
20,
exactly,
for
25
sure.
or yeah.
exactly. You see what I'm saying? So, and it also goes down to, like they say in pimp talk, the game is to be sold, not to be told. So now, what ways did you manipulate? Did you groom her? Did you manipulate her? Did all
Right.
of these things kind of look on, or did you just like her?
And then I think that's what happens like for some of the cases like 20 years later where they realize like, oh wait, I was groomed. You know what I'm saying? Because I probably would have never done certain things. You know what I mean? Like maybe certain opportunities weren't presented or maybe certain threats weren't made. Like, you know what I'm saying? Different stuff like
Yeah.
that. So, I think it's it's definitely eye opening, you know what I'm saying, to see everything, people's past stories and stuff, and even to see what was acceptable back in the day that's not now. Because it's almost
Yeah.
like we look at old people just as not old people, but a lot of people from that generation, we look at like just almost as a whole, like you're probably gross, you're probably because this was normal to you. It's almost like this is an extreme example, but if you go back far enough, slavery was normal for white people. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of white people in today's context would be like, that's disgusting. I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff. But if they grew up in that time, that would have been normal. So it's kind of like one of the, like I say, that's an extreme example, but it's kind of similar where it's like if shit is normal in society, after a while, you get far enough removed from that time period, and then we look at everybody generation almost as like, oh, y'all were just all disgusting. Like y'all were all terrible because y'all all accepted this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a thing where as time progresses, society norms change too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
because society's norms change, the things that people look at what is deemed as normally acceptable, those things are gonna change the more that people progress and the more that people realize, oh, these things that we're doing are actually fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And then they gain more understanding as to why, and then things kind of progress. I mean, hopefully they continue to go like that with everything crazy that's going on right now, but
Yeah. Well, speaking of
Yeah.
crazy, Allie, one of
Oh yeah.
your favorite people in the world is going crazy.
Yeah, Allie, what's up?
All right.
I mean,
Well,
we've talked about Nicki Minaj on the show
oh,
plenty of times.
that's where you want to
Um,
go. Oh Lord.
Oh,
and
man.
there's
Oh,
there is as many lists that keep coming out. She felt like jumping in the list game, but her list is quite interesting to say
I'm
the
just
least.
You took the words right out of my mouth because at first, at the top of it, I was like, okay, some people I'm still a little bit confused about, but some kind of make sense. But let's go through the list together. We'll decide which ones are the ones that are really standing out to all of us. So Nicki Minaj went on X and decided to just air it out like she's been known to do lately. So she decided to say, I've been betrayed by so many at this point in my life. Hashtag F the haters. Then she decides to list all these haters. Drake is at the top of the list. That's really shocking.
I mean,
I know he's somewhere like, how the fuck did I get on this list? Yeah.
What she say fuck me for?
Oh God.
Drake is somewhere worrying about a whole bunch of other shit. He does not care about this list one bit.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, okay. Well, let's see if anybody else might. Timothy Chalamet. Chalamet? I don't know why he's on there. The kid who's like in Dune and Marty Supreme. I have no idea what he did to cross Nicki Minaj, but apparently
isn't he the dude that's with Kylie Jenner currently?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Next on the list is Cardi B. We all saw that. We all seen how that has played out.
That was good. I thought that would have been first.
Same.
Salute, Cardi. Love you, girl.
I know. I love that Cardi doesn't even have to say shit about Nicki, and she lives completely rent free in that woman's brain. All right. Next up on the list is Jay-Z. We've been seeing a lot of what she has to say about Jay-Z. Some of it makes sense.
We covered that on here.
We've already covered that.
And shout out to everybody on Instagram. That was one of our biggest reels, actually. We got some numbers on that one talking about the whole potential RICO situation between Nicki and Jay-Z. So yeah, that one ain't new.
Okay, yeah. Y'all got to go back and watch that if you haven't. But next up on the list, this one really, now that I'm reading it, when I first scanned this list, I did not even realize that she was on here. I don't know what she could have done. Rosa Parks is on the list, y'all. It's Black History Month. Rosa Parks is on the list.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah. Also, very weird right after Jay-Z, but okay.
Right. I'm
like,
trying to understand.
Are you so much Team Kirk and all of them now that you're flat out being anti-black? Like, is that what's going on here? Like, are you going that much into your grift? Because how? Like, how, Rosa?
Make it make sense, Sway.
Hey, I can make that make sense. I really just have.
Please do.
And it's gonna be real. It's gonna be real quick. Then I'm gonna throw it right back to Allie. Cocaine is stronger than the algorithm. You're trying.
You know what? I'll give you.
Nicki's trying to control an algorithm and make herself relevant, and cocaine is stronger than that. So when we say a hell of a drug, that cocaine is higher than the algorithm, my nigga.
Got it.
And like,
Got you.
Like you beat the you tell somebody you beat the algorithm,
right?
She definitely playing algorithm games, and if she's not, she's doing a good job.
You can go down. You can go down the rabbit hole. That's defeating the Matrix. When he came with the little KFC dude and the architect, and he was like, it was 7 before. You go to it. You defeated him.
All right, let me go ahead and wrap up the rest of this list, though. There's some that are going to be a little bit shocking. I'm going to get through all of them, and then you tell me which ones like really stand out to y'all. So next up is Lizzo. Then she refers to her community as my barbs. So they're on the list, which is crazy. Then Meek Mill, Jeffrey Epstein. Which I'm like, we didn't know you knew Jeffrey, but okay, we'll circle back.
Aren't
Bad
you on
Bunny.
his team now? Anyway, go ahead.
Bad Bunny, Remy Ma, Steve Harrington, Safari, SpongeBob.
Out of pocket.
Next up on the list is Out of Pocket News. And Lil Wayne and Sunburn.
Why Wayne? I must
say.
Right.
She came up with.
Wayne is the most interesting person on the list to me.
Same. Steez, what do you think about that? Because like you're in LA and they're not from LA, but they're in LA a lot. Like they do a lot of performances and a lot of media appearances and stuff. Like, so what are your thoughts on her calling out the person that put her on. Like, you can say Gucci put her on, but Wayne put her on, like on a
Yeah.
really superstar level. You know what I mean? So like, how do you feel about somebody turning their back on the person that put them on? That's crazy.
Honestly, that is really, really surprising to me because like growing up in the time where I was really, really listening to music, like Wayne was like the top guy. So anybody that he would like put on a feature or give a shout out to, everybody was like, "Oh man, who is that?" You know, that's kind of how Nicki and Drake got their lifts, got that fame, you know. And so
Right.
for for him to do that and you've been making all these millions and doing all this stuff, you know, I'm not saying because of him, but he put you on that pedestal to be able to get where you are, for people to be able to listen to you, for people to be able to, you know, have your fan base. Like she's even like don't even like her own fan base. So it's just to me, I feel like that's just something eternal, you know, something's going on in her mind mentally that's just like I gotta flip the script somehow to make people think about me because there's so many more like female artists now. You know, when she was going up, it was literally Nicki, somebody, and somebody else, and like that was it. Now it's like there's a Cardi, there's a Bia, there's a Megan, there's a you know. So I just feel like she's just probably trying to figure out a way to, like y'all said, stay relevant. But the way she's doing it, honestly, it's like I feel like she's just falling off a cliff right now, and it's really upsetting to see because she's a very talented superstar, you know, and I don't know what's going on, but maybe it's just what who she has around her now is influencing her to turn her back on people. But it seems like the people we thought she was going with, she even got them on the list. So it's just I don't know. It's kind of like it's a whirlwind with everything she's doing. So I don't know. Maybe she's trying to point this energy towards this so that people can stop looking up her personal stuff. I don't know. You know, it could be a lot of things, but just being in LA, I would just say like, you know, you can once you come out here, you know, there's a lot of people that can influence you to be something you don't want to be, and they can, you know, make you say or do a lot of things. Not saying anybody's making her say or do a lot of things, but it seems like she's
But that
just making,
influence, though, that
yeah,
influence, though, I'm glad you touched on that because that's actually why I was asking you, and you hit it right on the head. And
yeah,
that's exactly what I think it is when you move to certain environments, trying to, you know, for the lack of a better term, keep up with the Joneses, you know, even in Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to keep up with all the actresses, all the superstar models, all the other
mhm,
rappers. Like if and most people don't get a run as long as a Nicki or a Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly,
for the most
yeah,
part, they don't. Like they started popping in what, 06, 07,
Yeah,
08?
yeah,
something like that.
You know what I'm saying? And
right
that
around there,
it's
yeah,
2026. They've almost had a 20-year run of being on top. I'm not talking
yeah,
about
just being
like
relevant, yeah,
I mean, like, I'm not talking about people who still drop music after 20, 30 years or whatever. They're usually not on top of the game. Like Nas, I love Nas to death. He's not dropping #1 albums in 2026. He's dropping great music, great
yeah,
projects that I think everybody should listen to, but they're not charting #1. They're not in the top. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Nicki
right,
and Drake, they're still there. You know what I mean? Maybe
yeah,
not Drake anymore. We haven't seen anything since the Kendrick shit, but you know what I mean? Like up until that point, it was still going on 18, 19, 17 years or whatever. So it's like, yeah, I could
yeah,
see the appeal of trying to stay relevant or to try to still be the top person because that's also a difficult thing. Like you said, you know, when she first came out, who did they really have? They had Lil Kim a little bit,
you
Remy,
know,
kinda. You
Remy
know
is
what I'm
up
saying?
Sorta.
Like,
there, yeah.
you know what I mean? They weren't
Okay.
really dropping
Who did have
consistently. They
that
were
like
mostly
kind of a
feature
real
rappers at that
singer?
point.
Like
Trina was
just
kind of out here.
Trina a little bit, but she had kind of fallen off
yeah,
by the time Nicki got popping. So it's like she really didn't have any competition for real. So that's why her beef was with Lil Kim. It's like, why? You know what I
yeah,
mean?
like
Like, so yeah, yeah. No, I totally agree with that.
So
yeah.
I gotta put you on, I gotta put you on the spotlight real quick. Nicki wants to be on the Need Me remix. You authorize it or not? And it has to come out in the next 3 months.
Oh
She's
man,
gonna be on what remix?
His Need Me
uh,
remix
my
Mm.
single, just really, that's a
has to come.
tough question, bro.
It has to come out in the next 90 days, 6 months. You get that phone call you get that phone call. You got yeah, you got until March 1st to make the decision if you're gonna make a summer run with Nicki. right now as a feature?
Yeah,
Right
honestly,
now, with
bro,
everything going
I'm gonna
on.
be as honest as I can be with y'all, man. I love Nicki. I love the publicity I would get from having a track with her, but all publicity is not good publicity, and I really don't know where her trajectory is going, like as an artist anymore, because she hasn't dropped music like at all, really, in a very long time. So I really don't know. It'll definitely help my career. I'm gonna just straight up say that a song with Nicki Minaj will help my career, but I, I don't see that helping me like in a way of where I'm trying to go in my career because of just what she stands for right now. And that's
So
really
you said
big.
no.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do it right now. As much as I would love to, bro, this is I have a bunch of just standards that I live by that a lot of people like. Just like I said, all publicity is just not good publicity, bro. And Nicki is a legend. She's one of the best hip hop female artists of our time, but I just don't see her career right now being a benefit for me with what she has going on if I'm dropping a song with her in the next 3 months. That's what I would say to that.
Okay.
No, I feel
It's
that.
just,
I
it's
feel
just a
that.
lot of politics. I feel like that would come with that, with like me having a song with her just coming out of nowhere, like
Mm.
And I just
Yeah,
feel
because
like
then,
everything
because if
that
that's
she's
your first
representing
joint,
right now will probably come to me, and it's just like, yo, I just
yeah,
want to make a track, bro. Like,
that's what I was gonna say. Like, if that was your first like hit, and that's what it's
Thank
associated to,
you.
then there's gonna be a certain segment of people that automatically put you in that same box. Like, oh, you know what? He must fuck with those same views because nobody else is collabing with Nicki right now. So why would he do it? So yeah, I
Yup.
get you. I get your thought
Yeah.
process behind that. That makes sense.
Okay. Let me get another
So real quick.
outrageous hypothetical.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Here we go.
So you get a 16 and a hook with a video appearance from anybody on Nicki Minaj's list, but you got to wait 5 years.
Woo!
Or
I gotta
you
wait
drop the
5
thing,
years.
or drop the single
Uh-huh.
with Nicki on it in the next 6 months. Which one you picking?
Okay, real quick though, does that mean he cannot drop any music in the next 5 years and he has to wait for that collab?
Good question. Is that like gonna be the next song I drop? Like,
You got to wait 5 years to drop music.
oh my God, nah, I can't do that.
Ooh, but it can
Yeah.
be with
But
whoever you want on that
when
list to collab.
when you drop, you have the full machine of anybody who's on her list behind you, but you just gotta wait 5 years.
Oof.
That's
Actually, you know what?
tough.
I ain't even gonna hold you. 5 is really kind of wild.
That's
Three.
tough.
Three. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do three. I'm gonna say three. 3 years.
3.
Like half a decade, my nigga.
Yeah. 5 years is wild.
That's a lot.
3.
Yeah, 3 years or 6 months.
You can get a Drake feed, a Wayne
I'm
feed,
picking that Bad Bunny collab. I ain't
a Bad
gonna
Bunny
hold you.
joint.
That would
Yeah,
be
okay.
crazy. You out of here with the Bad Bunny collab.
But you gotta wait 3 years.
Just no music, no motion for 3 years until that song, basically.
Yeah,
Nope.
and you honestly don't know what's gonna happen with that artist either. So you don't know.
Right. What if
Take
they
any
fall
weird-
off in 3 years?
Yeah, you don't know who could be where in three. I mean, I hate to say this. Look where Drake was in 18 months.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. To answer that question, bro, I'm gonna probably just bank on myself, bro, because I don't know if I could just wait just for this one song to hit and then everything just happens for me. Like I don't just me personally, I want to be able to just put in that work for myself and just say that I did this on my 2 feet, Just waiting on these big artists for like for 3 years, bro. That's just like
No, you would get so you get this you get the track, you get it, you get it now. You don't know, and it's heat, it's fire. Whoever you pick, it's one of their best 16 features that they've done. So if it's a Drake, we'll say it's his Block Boy JB moment. If it's a Cardi, it's her Blackie, like Bodak. Yeah, like it's one of their hottest verses. It's not gonna be no mid.
if I know this song is like a guaranteed hit, I'm gonna say maybe. It's
I'm gonna
just
say
bro,
guaranteed go.
music. I've been
Guaranteed
making
go.
music Guaranteed.
Guaranteed
A
gold.
guaranteed slapper.
Not quite yet. Guaranteed gold.
Ooh. I can't wait that long, bro. I can't. I'm good, bro.
I
can't
don't
wait.
blame
like a
you.
triple artist, you know what I'm
That's real as
saying?
hell.
It's just
Yeah.
so
Like
much
a
music.
triple
I've been in this for so long, bro, and just to like wait for opportunity is I don't got it in me, bro. I'd rather just do it on my own and just get it how I get it, because it's just something in the back of my mind gonna be like, man, what if I can't recreate this moment again, you know? And then it's just I'm only gonna be lit for this one little moment for this agreement that I got with this artist, you know? And I
So,
don't want to do that.
yeah, in that 3 years, you can record. You just can't release.
So this is the only song I'm gonna have basically for the next 3 years. And then I can just cook up whatever.
So, right, like wherever you are right now, you press pause.
Uh-huh.
You pick one artist on this list.
Yeah.
You get the song, you get everything works. It's the verse you want, the way how they want to do it. You got them doing the hook. You got it doing up to your standards. But you have to sit on it for 3 years. But you can still work. You just can't release.
I would probably trust now that you say it like that, Bad Bunny is the biggest artist right there in that list, just as far as right now and the trajectory. So I would probably choose like maybe a Bad Bunny verse song that correlates with my style and his. Because I think out of everybody in that list, I don't see him being in a situation where it's like he in some type of crazy type of, controversy that, he had his moments, of course, but I don't know. It's just, bro, that's a really good question because you got me tongue twisted right now.
I feel like that's
Because
a
like the
really hard one.
situation is good. Like the situation is great. It's just like, do I really want to bank on this moment and the person on this list? Because I don't know what he got going on and what he gonna have going on in the future, So I don't know if that's gonna be how do they call it? Like a chink in my armor, Like if I do a song with this person, do I lose like a certain demographic if I do a song with that person or like that? But just to keep it real, bro, I probably wouldn't accept a song from
I
anybody
mean,
on
because
that list.
here's the business side. Everybody got a mama and families and things that they need to do, and
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
you just got to press pause on all of that because this Bad Bunny verse matter of fact, I'm even sweeten the pot one more for you. I'm gonna say you get the first Bad Bunny verse in English.
And what?
In English.
I just want to throw it out there that you have thrown mad caveats on top of this from where it started. I just want to say that.
He won't get his answer
because he's so
betting on himself. That's what he's doing.
So
he
perplexed by it.
You know what I'm saying?
I figured I just had to keep, the devil is in the details, so I just had to keep adding devilish details to it.
Let that man live. He said he's gonna bank on himself.
Yeah,
I let it offer though. It would be a great, bro, but I will really bank on myself though. Just being who I am and just what I've been through in music, I came this far, to do it the way I want to do it. So I'll probably go with banking on myself.
So you saying no to everything, bank on yourself. The Bad Bunny English verse doesn't happen.
Bro. Just
and you said I'm just banking on myself.
Yeah, I mean, it could be to a point where I get myself big enough to get that myself, Maybe it have to be through, what you saying, So I just know the way my trajectory can go this year by just being consistent and working as hard as I can, the sky's the limit for me. So I would just bank on myself, bro.
I love that.
But some crazy deals though, bro.
We told you he was gonna be on bullshit. We told you.
Some bullshit for you right here too. So you've been keeping up with Corey Holcomb. You know what's up? What's up with your boy?
Yo, okay. it's looking kind of crazy. Marcus, do you know the whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, Corey for the longest time has always said by his own standard he was uncancelable. And you know, when he said you can't cancel me, you can't cancel me, Corey was always talking to me for anything that I say because I'm always saying something off the wall, and my fan base is off the wall with me. So I've organically grown my off the wall fan base to what it is. And those numbers are untouchable. So when if I'm coming to a city and you already know what a Corey Holcomb show and a Corey Holcomb show entails before you get there. If you're a fan of his, if you're not a fan of his, you're not going, and he's built that reputation, I'd say, as heavily in the last 5 to 7 years, especially since he started the pod, and then he found a lane in the pod that was so, I don't want to say egregious, but just so directly to his base. It's similar to like a Alex Jones, or Corey's not a conspiracy theorist, but he's only talking to the people who like Corey. I mean, Corey, who only like Corey, so
yep.
That's and he found so much comfort in that lane that he thought he was untouchable.
That's the truth.
I learned I'm gonna use this term in his ecosystem of influence. He was top dog in that. What he found out was everyone has a mother, sister, auntie, daughter, woman in their life that they care about, and you can't go around just hitting women unprovoked like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the meaning behind domestic violence and all of it, like, we're not going to get into the extreme circumstances of when it's acceptable, when it's not, or what it was. What Corey did was unacceptable. There was the justification that he would give would not resonate even with his fans. And
yeah. And then I don't know if have you seen any of the mashups that they put out on, like, just all of the quotes and stuff that he said over the years?
Well, the quotes has always been crazy.
No, but like this looks
crazy.
Bad though. This is bad, especially given the current climate with all the Epstein stuff going on. There is like a 20-minute YouTube video that I watched the other day, and it's just going through all of his quotes throughout the years. He has so many references to underage people. I'll say it that way. Like, a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you joke about it once or twice, maybe we can, okay, like, but over a span of years where they can make a 20-minute clip about you, you know what I'm saying? And it's not, you can't say it's out of context and all of that stuff. Like, I hate when people make that argument. Okay, well, what context could this possibly be acceptable in? If you're talking about going to Iceland and the age of consent in Iceland being like 14 or something like that, and then the interviewer says, so what did you do in Iceland? And then he pauses and he says, man, I had a great time in Iceland.
Ew.
What are you alluding to, Corey? You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's all of that stuff that came out. And then again, shout out Detroit, even though I don't like this dude. But Anton Daniels got in your face, bro. You know what I'm saying? And y'all was arguing, and he was like, don't call me no dick sucker, blah, blah, blah. I'll handle it, blah, blah, blah. Anton said, let's go outside. He stood up, started walking to the back, and you stayed seated. Your legs didn't move. So all this rah-rah and all of this stuff that you're doing online, like going at Joe Budden, and then Budden killed him in 60 seconds, just barred him up real quick. It was a beautiful thing to see. It was glorious. Like, he took him down immaculately. So it's like, who do you think you are, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? All of this aura that you thought you had based on the audience that Marcus was talking about is gone. So, and now you're facing lawsuits, and now you have legal attorneys. I don't know if y'all know who the lead detective, the lead attorney is. He's a black YouTuber. He's also an attorney, and he's going at it back and forth with Corey. And Corey's calling him a liar and all this stuff, and lawyers pulling out receipts. Like, nope, this is what was said to me right here. Here's the text messages, blah blah blah. So like, it's just looking bad for that man right now.
And
Yeah,
it
man.
should though, because he's been lying about it for so long. I mean, obviously there's stuff that have been questionable, like you brought up. But also this whole situation, I mean, he lied about it so hard. And then even when the footage came out, he just doubled down and tried to make it sound like he was some victim. And for those who don't know what incident we're talking about, let me just give you guys a little bit of context. So basically, what happened was there was this altercation between Corey Holcomb and Christina Payne. She's also a comedian. And this whole situation happened like in Los Angeles, like in 2024, around December. So this was years ago. And apparently, what happened was, or at least this is what Christina says, that like they had been having beef for a while. So it finally came to a head. They're outside of the club. And I think it was like the Hollywood Improv Club. And they're going back and forth. Now, she claims that he like flashed some gun at her, I guess to threaten her, and then handed it over to somebody else. Now, that part we don't see in the surveillance footage. However, the part that you do end up seeing is the part of her story where she claims that Holcomb approached her and tried to punch her, like actually threw a punch, and I guess it sort of kind of landed. So she was saying that she got assaulted. And at the time, though, Corey completely denied it, kept saying like it was, I didn't do nothing like that. And, he was able to get it off because there was no footage. And kind of like what Marcus was saying, his audience was riding for him. And, he just had that type of aura about him that people were just like, they just didn't believe it. But now, in 2026, in January 2026, the footage has dropped showing part of the altercation. And it does back up Christina's claim that she was punched by him. Now, there were also other men around. So thankfully, like when he goes to punch her, there's like this guy who like jumps on top, and then it's like a kind of like everybody else, the other bystanders get in the middle, and there's a whole scuffle. So thankfully, someone did defend her. But it is really, really sad to see that it took so long for this evidence to come out, especially because they actually did go to court and try to get restraining orders against each other. And can you believe that Corey actually got a temporary restraining order on her? It actually got approved and hers was dismissed. Can you believe
I can
that?
believe that. I can, only for the simple fact that I haven't heard of the comedian, the lady comedian that you're speaking about.
Mhm.
So I am pretty aware of stand-up comedy and like who's popular and stuff like that. I've been hearing Corey Holcomb's name all the way going back to the days when I watched Comic View. You know what I'm saying? Like when Comic View used to come on late night and I'd have to sneak and try to watch it because I was too young to even be up because I had school the next morning. Like I've heard Corey Holcomb's name since back then. So he's been around. I'm assuming he has more money than this female comedian. So he can probably hire better attorneys, you know what I'm saying? So that, because that's really all
Okay.
it comes down to in court. Like Marcus always says from that one commercial in St. Louis, it's not about what you did, it's about whether they can prove you did what you did. So that's it. You know what I'm saying right there. If you
I
have
can't
better
believe
attorneys,
nobody
they're going to be
came
able to argue
as a
better.
witness. But I don't,
So
but
that
I don't
even
know.
without a witness, that's really crazy because literally Tuesday I was in court for a friend, like support. He was going through a restraining order against a woman that he was dealing with, and I was just there for. He's like, I want to show support, like come to the courthouse if you can. So I was literally in court Tuesday, and the hearing was all restraining order was on the docket, which is like 55 cases, right? So I'm sitting in the back like a fly on the wall, listening, waiting until it's good. And just to hear the different stories on that court docket, it's a lot easier than you think because so there's clearly respondent and petitioner. If you ask for a restraining order and the person who you have to get the restraining order doesn't show up, you're automatically granted the restraining order. Now, if you are issued a summons for a restraining order and the person doesn't show up who issued it, it's automatically dismissed. So that right there, that 55 case, when they went through the whole docket, went down to 35 just based on those two rules alone. So if I don't like me and Allie going through it, and I'm like, oh, I need a restraining order against Allie. Allie gets served her paperwork, and Allie doesn't show up at court, I automatically win.
Oh.
If I wanted that same restraining order, and I don't know if Allie showed up, and then I don't show up at court for that same restraining order after I asked the court to give me that temporary one, and they gave it to they gave you the temporary because everybody gets a temporary. This is their second court case, but then I don't show up to court, and Allie does. That case is automatically dismissed, just based on
So
those. Just based on
as I
those.
say, it's similar to lawsuits then in that sense, because that's how
Right.
Gain lost his lawsuit. Because
Yeah.
he still maintained his innocence in the whole situation, but the whole reason that the judgment got awarded to Priscilla Rainey is because he didn't come to court. That was it.
Yeah. So, but on the getting awarded a temporary restraining order or a restraining order period, just based on those two guys, when you get a default judgment, just showing up. So just showing up alone after you've been served can dictate your case one way or another.
Got it.
So I don't know when Allie said, oh, he was, he got one against her and she didn't get one against him. You don't know in that case, was Corey Holcomb served? Because that's one of the things that the judges asked. Hey, do we have was he served in this case? And if they can't find you to serve, this, and Corey did find her to serve, and then she didn't show up, he got the there's ways of how this happened without hearing facts of the case, without hearing any witness. Because like Ali said, there was no testimony, nobody came there. He might not have had to go through all of that.
Okay, that makes so much more sense now. Yeah, thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I will say, it does seem like all's well that ends well, because his career is on a very steep decline right now. He's basically getting canceled. And he's been blaming TMZ and the media for damaging his career, because now venues and promoters, and they're just not reaching out anymore. They're hesitant to even pick up the phone for him.
Nigga. I thought you was uncancelable, bro.
Yeah, saw them
Stand
crash
on it.
outs, man.
Just took the words right out of my mouth. That's what you said, Corey.
Said they can't cancel me, man.
And look at you now. Cancel.
Yeah.
Boo-hooing on your damn podcast about how much
Lean
you've
on
been
that big
canceled.
fan base that you built.
Right.
Right. Exactly. Lean on them.
That's
But
hard to
yeah,
do for Corey.
I guess.
said what,
I
bro?
mean,
I said that's hard to do for Corey. Like, he has built, he's built a false sense of security in a fan base.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like fan bases are for the streets. They not. And even if I'm
What
a
have you
Corey,
done for me lately?
it's not even that. Like, so this is the crazy. Like, I haven't seen that 20-minute clip of what you was talking about.
I'll send it to you. It's wild.
Yeah, you can say, but if I was to sit there and say right now, like, oh yeah, I'm a Corey Holcomb fan. I don't agree with what he did, but I'm a fan of Corey Holcomb. Like, I like that off the wall shock value comedy. He's at the, I'm a fan of that. Now I see that 20-minute clip of what you talking about, and then I sit there and say, you know what? No, I'm not a fan of his no more. And I really was 20 minutes ago. So, that's how a fan base can change just that quickly, because I don't know what he said in Iceland or how he felt, but in terms of that shock value, oh yeah, I'm a Corey Holcomb fan, because I like that style of comedy and it's entertaining to me. But also, with great risk comes great reward. I mean, with great reward comes great responsibility too. Like, heavy is the head that wears a crown. Like, you can't go around saying what you want to say, doing what you want to do, and not think that no one's gonna remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a
camera, my nigga.
Yeah,
No.
we talked about
so crazy.
We talked about
Especially not on camera.
the halftime Super Bowl performance and everything. There's a legit push. Nobody would undeniably stop Chris Brown being a halftime performer, but his politics, that would be big. That would be the Michael Jackson 1992. You know
They
what I'm
need to
saying?
put Bro to
But
halftime show.
because of his past, so like that's his
Yeah.
only that we arguing over that. But no, it's not because of talent. It's not because of talent. It's not because of catalog. It's not because it's not going to be entertaining. It's not going to be memorable. You have every box checked, but no, we can't have Chris Brown. You can't, or you know the optics behind it.
Exactly.
My thing with the NFL, that's weird. Necessarily agree or disagree with people's protests, or you know what I mean? Because like, if you've been through, a domestic situation or whatever, or you've been, if you're, especially if you're a woman and you've had hands put on you by a dude, I could definitely see you, you know, not wanting to
Now,
see somebody who did that be celebrated. I totally get that. At the same time, we're talking about the NFL.
Right.
How many football players have
Preach.
got caught beating their
Mm.
wives, beating their
Preach.
ass in elevators? Ben Roethlisberger flat out graped a chick in the bathroom while his security guard stood there, made sure couldn't nobody else get in, and he got off. What are we talking about? Like, we're talking about this same NFL? They're gonna cast, what I'm saying, judgment on Chris Brown for doing the same shit that a lot of their players do on a regular basis, and they cover for it. That's my only issue with it. Like, again, I get it from like women's standpoint, or even men who are just against domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? I'm with y'all. You know what I mean? The fact that the NFL is the one who's trying to make that moral decision, that's the only part that bothers me.
Yeah.
If it was the NBA, I'd have nothing to say.
Yeah.
You
Very
know what I'm saying? 'Cause the
hypocritical.
NBA, their players are not known for beating their wives. You know what I'm saying? NFL players are, unfortunately. So
Unfortunately. Well, hopefully Corey continues to get what he deserves. Okay. So we'll just leave it on that note. But
Oh, yeah.
let's switch gears a little bit. Okay. We gotta learn a little bit more about Mike since he's here hanging out with us. And he actually just dropped.
Somebody whose career's not going on the decline, somebody whose career going on the incline. Let's go, Mike.
Hello.
Yeah, man.
All right, Mike. So you actually just dropped two new singles.
Yep,
Last year
yep,
you had an EP, but this year you dropped two new singles, King Me and Need Me.
yep.
And let us know a little bit about like, how you got into music and like, what inspires you.
I've been making music for 10 plus years now. I started making music like right when I got out of high school. I was in like a four-man group with like three of my best friends, and growing up making music with them, not everybody's on the same page. People's lives change. Some people go to college, some people got career, jobs where, music's not everything to them, So it ended up being a two-man group with me and my other best friend, and we had a good little run from about, I would say, around 2015 to about 2018, 19, and he himself found a new path as well without music, and music has always been my passion, So after he told me, he wanted to find a new passion, I started going solo around the pandemic 2021, and that's when I started dropping music for myself. And ever since then, like, my career has been exactly the way I've been wanting it to go. I've been consistent. I've been trying to, build my brand up the way I want it to be built. And now everything is going the way I want it to go. Born and raised in West Los Angeles, California. And I'm just trying to represent LA the best way I can, and keep the consistency going,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
got a follow-up question for you on that same
Yes,
tip,
sir.
right? So every artist, they have a defining moment that shifts their passion into something more serious.
Right.
So, I know that you were speaking about like some of your group members finding different things or life happening, different things like that took their focus away from the music. But what about you though? Like what was the moment that you knew music was not just a hobby for you, but something that you wanted to actually pursue?
I got that's two part answer. So first part I would say is the people around me, because the people around me really, really believe in me, and they believe in the music I make. They believe in my career. They believe in where I can go with my music. And in the times where, me and my fellow partners would, split, and I was just on my own trying to figure out what I wanted to do, my cousins, some of my best friends in my life, will really encourage me to like, keep going, bro. Like we still believe in you. Like every time we listen to a song that you play, it's like we still think it can do something and go somewhere. So I would say definitely the people around me, my family, my peers, my team. And I would say the defining moment was probably when I went finally solo and I did my first live show, and to see like the reaction to people when I'm like trying to engage. I wasn't like the best performer because I'm doing it by myself. I usually like was with my team and I had a bunch of people around me. I had a hype man, I had this, but like it was my first show where like I was my own hype man. I could, I had to control the crowd by myself. I had no DJ, so it was just like all eyes are on you. Like this is your moment. What are you gonna do with it? And I did everything I possibly could to entertain them as best as I can. And in that moment, just getting the feedback from the crowd and that really believed in me, like that was just a defining moment of just like me trusting my music, trusting my passion, and like I'm running. So I would say that.
That's dope. That's also probably go up there
Yes.
all by
Yes.
yourself, team. That's dope though
Yeah.
that you still did it and look at what happened. It paid off. Now tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about the two new singles. I feel like they're a bit different. They feel like they have two different
Yeah.
personalities. So like let us know like what was your thought process in creating them?
So for Need Me, I really just wanted to like put the world on to how I in this state of mind, like this year, this moment, like I'm in a moment where like, the West Coast has a window, the Kendrick and Drake beef, like Kendrick put a real like scope on the West Coast that wasn't really there. And I'm trying to use that as an opportunity to like really put myself out there and show people that like I can be one of those ones to represent LA just as much as a Kendrick or a Game or Tyler Creator, anybody like that, and I called it Need Me because there's people in my life that feel like West Coast do need me or does need me. They need that new sound. They need that new flame. They need, somebody to be as courageous and consistent as, the top artist right there. And I feel like I'm one of those people. So the song is really just basically about me putting myself back out there, telling everybody that, I'm here to stay. And I feel like, when the rubber meets the road, like I'm not saying y'all will need me, but the music I bring, I hope can, always bring people to come back to me. So that's where Need Me comes from. And for my song King Me, I really wanted to showcase, my lyricism, the different flow patterns I can make, I really wanted to like show people that like I'm not here just trying to make like a hit record and make money. Like I really do care about rapping, the passion of rapping, the art of hip hop. Like, that's why I use certain references from like famous rap lines like the Nas's and the KRS ones are like there's just so many like different like artists that I took from the East Coast and the West Coast and I like put my own little spin on it. Like I grew up on the like on certain like East Coast rappers when I grew up and a lot of people will be like, when they look at me, they're like, I kind of get like a East Coast vibe, but I'm really, really a West Coast dude, but King Me is kind of like me putting y'all in a space where like I got influenced by a lot of East Coast rap, but don't get it twisted. I'm still from LA. Like that's
Okay.
kind of like the energy I was trying to bring on King Me, and I really want to be one of those people that can represent my city and my side of town the best way possible. So that's why I labeled it King Me. So yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely like get the lyricism being
Yeah.
upped on that one. I felt like it was more serious when you like
Yeah.
compare it to other songs. And I
Yeah.
also wanted to know, like, real quick, what was the sample? Like, that's the one that has a sample, right?
Yes, it's so I don't know the exact sample, but the producer took he took a video from a real famous church choir lady who sings this song, and I don't know the exact details of it because I haven't talked to him about it, but he says he took it from a choir, a song, what do you call it, a
Gospel record, like a hymn or
yeah, it was
something
like
like
a
that.
gospel record that he heard that he always used to listen to it. He always wanted to sample it. And once he sent it to me, I was just like, bro, the energy on this song is kind of crazy. And I was like, and I actually made him make the sample a little longer because what she was saying just kind of resonated with how I was feeling at the moment, you know? And it's just like, this is my time for, like, you know, the Lord to bless me with, you know, what I've been praying for, you know? And in that moment, I feel like it was just really my time for, you know, people to just crown me, not crown me like saying I'm the best in the world, but like crown me in a sense of I know who I am, I know who I represent. So don't think I'm trying to like come as anybody else. I'm coming as who I am, you know, because I feel like I am a king and that's who I grew up to be and that's what I want to be. So that's where that came from,
Okay.
basically. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah, I liked it. That definitely gave me that East Coast vibe for
Yeah.
sure. I was surprised because I really I liked it a lot, but I just wasn't expecting it, because I really
Yeah.
like Reminder, Stay Up, like they're fun,
Yeah.
they're
Those
boppy.
songs come from the roots of where I come from, for sure. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
with the King Me record, I really wanted to kind of expand my listeners, you know, on a different side of me, you know, because I kind of always come with that style of music, you know. So for 26, I just wanted to just let people know, you know, like you're don't expect what you're always gonna expect, you know.
Hmm. I
So I
like
just
that.
always want to keep people
Switch
on
it
their
up.
toes and shit. Yeah, you know.
I
I
feel
got
that
one
for
for you.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your story kind of reminds me a little bit of Tyler a little bit. And when I
Yeah.
say that, you both came up in LA in very interesting times, right? Tyler
Hmm.
came up in an era where it felt like LA was like just kind of figuring out who their new artists and who their new stars were going to be.
Right.
Meanwhile, you kind of come up in an area where all those artists are now basically established now.
Yeah.
Like the Kendricks, the J Rocks, the like you said, the Tylers, like everybody like that like the YGs, like everybody like that basically kind of they were all trying to figure out what that new LA sound was going to be after Game kind of basically set the standard for a couple of years, and then you come along in an era
Hmm.
where all those people are basically at the top of the game now. So I wanted to ask you what it was like for you coming up in the era when you really started figuring out that, like, okay, I want to make music now, like this is what I really want to do, especially going solo off of the group. I want to know how that was coming for you as far as like all the other artists that you saw around you. And then the second thing I wanted to know was how you kind of came up with the actual sound base that you have, because like you said, in a lot of the music that I hear, it does have that like East Coast like lyricism flow to it, but you can clearly still tell you're an LA artist. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
So how do you differentiate that sound with some of your influences that you get from the East Coast to the
Hmm.
West Coast sound of where it is right now?
Okay. So for the first part, I would say all those artists really inspired me growing up making music because I seen all of them like come up, you know, like DJ Mustard and like DJ Vision and all like YG and all them, like they used to come like to my high school and perform like at our pep rallies and stuff like that. So like when they were like at their like promoting peak, like of trying to just promote themselves, and like so I seen like everything that like they've been through. I've been to like the random parties where Tyler would come and try to perform a song, you know, and nobody really rocked with it, but like look at him now. So it's just like growing up in LA, like it's tough because everybody makes music. So it's just like it's real flustered with just like people trying to build opportunity for themselves. So like people look at you like, oh yeah, you just another dude trying to rap. So like to see them like come out of like these house parties and be like at the Super Bowl and like Kendrick having to pop out and having all them do that, like it's inspiring. You feel me? And it just teaches me to like not give up on myself. Like a lot of people can like drop their first EP and like nobody rocks with it and just to be like, you know, music's not for me. Like that just gives me an opportunity to better myself, you know, and I've seen that grow with all those artists. Like a lot of people wasn't on like the conscious rap when Kendrick first started, but as he grew along and grew, he knew how to like mix like hit records with storytelling and conscious rap all together to correlate all his fans to put it together to where like everybody loves his music. So like just those artists that you mentioned, like growing up, like they really inspire me because I've just seen them come up from when they started to how they are now, and I've seen it like live in the flesh. And to answer your second question, my favorite rapper of all time is Biggie Smalls. So that's probably where I get my East Coast influence from because you know, growing up I used to like drive with my mom to school and like songs like Sky's the Limit to be playing. And like, I used to just be like, man, this dude is dope, you know? Like, and my mom used to sing the hooks and I used to always try to like learn the verse so I could like sing along with her. And I really, really like love Biggie, like just the way he rapped, his confidence, like, and he was like a big dude with just like the most confidence. And it was just like, dang, like if he can do it and have that type of like, you know, fan base and like greatness, like why can't I? You know, so that's where I would say like my East Coast influence comes from. But I'm a LA baby, like born and raised. Like, you know, I grew up on DJ Quick and Sugar Free and
Let's
listening
go.
to all them, you know what I'm saying? So like I'm gonna always be a LA baby. It's just I've like always been that type of person to just always wanna see what else is out there. You know, I never wanted to just be stuck at where I'm at. Cause you know, don't get it twisted. Like I do my homework on everything, LA and West Coast. Like I know it all. But I always want to like keep an ear out for other things because like I said, like LA music wasn't my first love because I always heard like certain songs on the radio, like Sky's the Limit and Nas records and stuff like that. But like I would just say I love East Coast and West Coast music. Like the beef from like Biggie and Tupac to this day still kills me because like I still would just wonder like how would rap music be if they were still here, you know? Like I'm one of those type of hip hop guys, but like I would just say I kind of like that I got an East Coast and West Coast influence because I kind of got that type of music where you don't know where you're gonna get from me. Like it can be I can be feeling this way. I can want to take y'all to the club. I can want to take y'all to the streets. You know, I can want to story tell like a Biggie, or like I could take y'all to the function like a YG. So it's just like I never want to like just put my head on just one certain topic because I'm always thinking of just like trying to be the best I can be. And when I think to be the best I can be, I can't just think of just this one thing. So I try to just put my hands in a bunch of things and just try to always be versatile. So that's what I would say
Yeah,
that
that's
to
what I was gonna say. It's very diverse. The
you.
sounds. I mean, it's like yeah, and those are the rappers I appreciate too. You know what I mean? Like the ones who can come with different flows, who can rap
Yeah.
about different subjects, who can, you know, showcase their lyricism in different ways, whether that be, you know, your rhyme patterns
Yeah.
or like your actual punches, or if you're using metaphors, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like I really
And
appreciate
actually
artists who can do
not to
things that others can't.
yeah, not to cut you off, but and I'm glad you said that because I have different friends who like different aspects of my music. So it's like I
Exactly.
got homies who love my storytelling and only want me to make that type of music. But then I got homies who love when I make like the club music and want to get them going. And then like I got homies who are like, bro, like I need some shit I need to like work out to, bro. Like I need a banger, bro. Like, you know, it's just like I just got different friends and like people in my community and my team that like different types of vibes that I'm on. So like for me to just stay on like one type of vibe is very tough because I love to be versatile. Like I like to be that way because I like my fans to like to not be able to just expect this. Like I want y'all to always expect me to try to push my pen, push the way I want to do my music, like find a new lane. Like I just always want to be able to be that type of musician where it's like, dang, like he had a crazy year, but he doesn't sound like he did last year. But I love it. Like, I want that type of like vibe when it comes to my music, It's just you
Do
never
they
know what to
like it
expect.
or do they love it? That's my question.
Exactly, bro. So I would say they love it and they like it. Honestly, I would say both because there's some people who like this type of style that I do, and then there's some people that love this type of style that I do. So like rather you like it or love it, just you listening to me is a blessing in disguise for me. So
That's what's up.
I would say that, yeah, bro. And I'm
Mark, you got
loving
any
it too.
questions? I got a game I want to play with everybody if y'all don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna go real fire, rapid fire. Real quick. These I don't need you to think long. You think long, you think long. So Shane gonna come with the sound effects as soon as you answer. As soon as you answer, I'm gonna hit you with another question.
All right,
All right, cool. Studio or stage?
stage,
Money or respect?
respect,
Independent or a major deal?
independent,
Best city for hip hop right now?
LA,
Most overrated trend in hip hop or in rap?
most overrated trend in rap. Oh shit.
Ain't too long, you wrong.
Oh man, I just most overrated rap in hip hop. I would just say, ooh, damn, that's tough. I don't even know.
Family Feud, you can say pass.
Pass, yeah, pass, pass, pass.
Last one. I'm now rapid fire. Take some time. I need an artist that you know on your grandma's belly button that you gonna body on the track.
Yeah, put it on your puppy's paws. You know what I'm saying? Who you bodying? You know what I mean?
On your granny's belly button. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Honestly, bro,
Yeah,
it may be controversial, bro, but like rappers like God, I'm gonna say it. Rappers like YG, I feel like I could rap circles around. I'm gonna just be honest.
Really?
I'm gonna
Ooh.
just, I'm
I
gonna
would
just be
agree with
honest.
that.
I respect his like his come up and everything he do for
okay.
LA and the music industry, but I just felt like if I had a chance to get on a song with him, I would show everybody who
Bar
Mike
for
C's
bar,
is.
you'd be you. Okay, I like that energy.
I love that.
That's not bad.
I love that. And I fuck with YG, but I
I
always
fuck with
felt
him too,
like
for sure.
I always felt like he was more of a representation of the West Coast rather than an artist from the West Coast, if that makes sense. Like when you see YG, you just think of a Cali nigga. You know what I'm saying? When you hear his music, it's very West Coast. The stuff he talks about, extremely West Coast, But like you said, it's not like he's barring niggas up. He's not doing like what Snoop was doing with the flows. He's not doing what Game was doing, where he was kind of doing what you're talking about, mixing East Coast lyricism with West Coast
Yeah.
lifestyle. He's not doing what Kendrick's doing, bringing the conscious rap back to the forefront. Like he's just a West Coast nigga that happened to make it. Like that's what and hustled his way up. I don't want to take nothing away from him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. Like, because again, I fuck with his music. And his storytelling is really good as well. You know what I mean? My Crazy Life is a classic album. You can't have a classic album and be whack, but
Facts.
you can classic
So
album and not be a lyricist. So
it's
I agree with
crazy
you.
that you made. It's crazy that when you lay YG out like that, he's more so on an island in LA, right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you take those same parameters and apply them to New York, I feel like that's like 25 people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe more than that. You see,
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's a lot more people in the YG tier in New York than there
correct.
are
Yeah.
in Cali.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree with that too.
Yeah.
All right, I got a game for y'all, and I want everybody to participate, please. This is based on West Coast rappers. The game is called This or That. And how it works, if you've never played, is I will start with 2 artists. You have to pick this or that, meaning you pick one of them, right? A or B. And then that
Okay.
person advances, and then we will compare them to another artist. And whoever lasts at the end, that's who we decide is the best West Coast rapper, I guess. So,
Okay.
Steez, I'm going to
like
start with you.
Okay.
We have Tupac and we have Dr. Dre. This or that.
I'm gonna go Tupac.
Tupac. Ali, we have Tupac or Snoop Dogg. This or that.
Pac.
Pac. All right, Eric, we got Tupac or Ice Cube. This or that.
That would be a tough one for me.
Fuck. I thought it was gonna be somebody
Yeah,
easier.
who the
Nope.
fuck left for me?
I'm gonna go Pac.
Pac again. All right. Marcus, we got Pac or Eazy-E.
Wow.
You said,
I said wow.
oh, wow. Oh, okay.
That Cube one was tough. I did not want to know.
That's
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
really had like that's why I said who's left. I didn't even see Easy.
We have mad more names left. We're only in
Yeah.
the 90s, bro. We got a lot more to go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take. Yeah, I'm gonna take Pac. I'm not gonna. I can't put Easy over.
Pac still going strong.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take the next one. Tupac. This is super easy too. I'm basically cheating. Tupac or MC8. Tupac. All right, Steez. Tupac or Too Short.
Tupac.
Pac.
Yeah.
He is clean sweeping. Ali. Tupac or Warren G.
Tupac.
Tupac, of course. This one's gonna be tough. Eric, hitting you with another one. My
Boy,
brother.
you're the tough
You're
one.
annoying. You're annoying.
Tupac or Nate Dogg.
I'm gonna make this easy. I'm picking Nate.
All right. Okay.
It's the hook
Marcus.
master right there.
Hey,
Nate
I don't
Dogg or
care-
the game?
nah,
Do you want to
before you
explain
even-
your reason? Do you want to explain?
Yeah, I love Nate Dogg.
Just love him, and that's just what it is.
And to me, in my opinion, I don't really think that Pac and Nate Dogg should be on the same list, but that's argument for another day.
Yeah.
But because they are on the same list, I'm looking at what style I like to hear just more in general, and I just like Nate Dogg.
That's fair. That's fair.
Before you even
Marcus.
go,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, before you even go and give me, I just had to say these are the tales, the freaky tales. These are the tales that I tell so well. Too Too short introduced me to Bay music. So nigga, I would not have Too Short. I should be asking Too Short versus who you finna say right now. But that's just me. But go ahead.
Gotta
I'm
look
just
about Tupac. So it's
One other reason I'm picking Nate Dogg is because Nate Dogg is on a lot of all of these people's songs that are probably going to be listed on this list.
This is all
yeah,
them.
Yeah.
that's the other reason I'm picking Nate.
he's
But
collabed with everybody on the list.
Yeah.
So that
okay.
helps.
Go ahead. So Nate Dogg.
All right,
versus
Marcus. Nate Dogg versus Game.
Game.
Game. Okay. So now I got. Damn, I'm gonna pick Game, no matter who I put him against. Probably I got Game versus E40. That's tough. I think I gotta go E40 if I'm being unbiased.
Okay,
No, I think
If I'm
I
being
think you gotta pass that
unbiased-
to Mike.
Yeah, I was. If I'm being unbiased, I gotta go 40. My heart wants to say Game for the exact same reasons that he just said for Nate Dogg, but I'm gonna be fair, and if I'm being objective, E40 is more influential and has a bigger career than Game. So.
Yeah. I would have went 40 with that.
All right, we're getting into round 2. This is where it gets
All
tough. Mike Steezy, E40
sir.
versus Kendrick Lamar.
K dot easy.
K dot.
Whoa,
Allie, we got- He said
easily.
easy too. Yeah,
He's like, see that nigga? You just
Oh,
we had a whole segment of adding devil to the details. I agree with you, but don't say easily. It's not easy.
I grew up on Section 80 and all his classic albums, bro. I'm a homer when it comes to Dot, bro. Like I was literally there when he started, bro. To seeing him now, I gotta go Dot, bro. E40 a legend. Pops used to play him every single day. Trust. But I gotta go with Dot, bro. He's
Yeah, I mean, and 40 had words come.
He makes you look up the dictionary and it'd be a real word. You'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
I thought he made that up. Nope, that's real. Like,
Just mad words I thought E40 made up.
yeah. Allie, we got K Dot versus Nipsey Hussle.
Oh,
I'm glad I didn't get that one.
That's
oh
the toughest one on
man.
the list.
That might be.
Yeah, that's terrible. Wow.
Take the death out of it. Take
Sorry,
the fact
Allie.
that he passed away out of it. Music
Say
only.
that
That'll
you
make
had Pac run a whole first round.
Yeah, but nobody said like, I'm just saying, like, for Nipsey, I do feel like that's because Tupac was a giant artist before he passed. Nipsey kind of blew up more so afterwards. You've spoke about that also. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Just musically for this
That's
one.
That's a fair point. I'm gonna go with Kendrick. I'm gonna go with
Kendrick.
unfortunately.
Before we go on, because
Marcus is stunned.
I picked one of mine strictly off of feeling. Are we going strictly off feeling, or
You
is
say
this
whatever you want.
objective? Okay.
You say whatever you want.
Okay.
My reasoning was being objective. You don't have to be at all. Kendrick versus YG.
Kendrick.
Why this is an easy one. For me, YG versus Tyga, YG. Marcus, YG or Kendrick versus it was Kendrick versus Tyga, still Kendrick. Marcus, Kendrick versus Schoolboy Q.
Oh, Kendrick.
Like
Kendrick.
Schoolboy. He dope.
Steez, Kendrick, Absol.
Kendrick.
So we're having two sweeps so far. We got Tupac basically clearing everything in the first round, damn near. Kendrick is clearing the second joint. Allie, we have Kendrick Lamar or Mac Dre.
Mm.
Right.
Say
That's why that's
Kendrick.
tough, right? Yeah, exactly.
I still say Kendrick.
Yeah,
I
it's
still say
Kendrick. Eric, Kendrick Lamar, Exhibit.
Fuck. That one's tough because
That's
of how
tougher than you think it is.
That's tough especially because of how we grew up.
Exhibit was huge.
I'm gonna say
$2.
Kendrick, but that one's a tougher one than on paper.
It is. It actually is. Exhibit has
I love Exhibit.
2, possibly
Eric,
3
hold on.
classic albums
Eric.
during that Dre era. Like that was incredible.
Yeah.
Eric, what was your first car?
Huh?
What was your
Who's your
first
first
car?
car?
My first car?
Yeah.
I don't remember the year. I think it was either a 1990 or a 2000 Oldsmobile Alero.
I think
Okay.
it was 99 or 2000.
Yeah, it was one of
something
those two. It was one of those two.
99 Oldsmobile Alero. Exhibit pimps that ride. You still picking?
Hell yeah! Are you crazy?
I need fish tanks in my shit and video games and the headrest that I could never play because I'm driving. I need all that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't give a fuck. Listen, before we knew that Pimp My Ride was a complete scam, back in the day,
That shit was
there's
awesome.
no way you didn't want half that shit in your car. There's no way.
I wanted all that
I
shit.
wanted all of that shit, even though I couldn't use half of it while I was driving.
All right. So Kendrick is still the guy. So far, I think he's beating out Tupac at this point. So,
He shouldn't have beat out too short, but that's a whole nother.
hey,
Gotta go down,
all right. Easy. We got Kendrick Lamar versus Roddy Ricch.
To me,
Oh yeah, who's it on?
Steez.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Was it on you, Marcus? Was it where?
No, it was on Steve's.
Yeah, it was on Steve. Yeah, you got the last one. You said K Dot again.
Kendrick, yeah.
All right, Allie. This is somebody that we talked about a lot on our podcast in the past. Kendrick Lamar versus Larry June.
Oh, that's my dog.
I love me some Larry. Love me some Larry.
my
But
dog.
I still gotta go Kendrick because Larry isn't much of a lyricist.
No,
he's
he's not.
all about the vibe.
Larry, your vibes.
I love Larry.
He
I
might
love
be the
Larry.
best vibe artist.
Yeah.
Like make a top
Without
five
a doubt.
of the best
He's the only person that
vibe
make you
artists,
go
and he's
to
probably number one.
smoothie at the same time.
That's right. Lamar Park in the building. Or no, he's from the Bay. I'm
Yeah,
thinking
he's
of
from the Bay.
Dom.
You're
I'm thinking
thinking
of
of
Dom.
Dom.
Dom's on the list too. Never
For
mind.
sure.
San Francisco in the building. We got Kendrick Lamar, Ali versus. Oh wait, no, Marcus. We got no Eric. We have Kendrick Lamar versus Baby King.
Kendrick.
Kendrick. Marcus. We have Kendrick Lamar versus Saweetie.
Come on, man. Because
I wonder who he'll
R&B
choose.
nigga, you know what I mean?
And shout out to Baby Keem too. He just put out a project. I think either he just put out a project or he's about to be putting one out like hella
he's
soon.
about to put it out.
And I
You
fuck
know
Baby
what?
Keem's nice. Yeah, Baby Keem is that. That's why even though I said Kendrick's name really fast, yeah, Baby Keem is fire.
He on the come up for sure.
We're gonna say Kendrick, but I know how to defeat this at the end. Go ahead.
You want another one? All right.
No. I'm gonna wait to the end because
You gonna keep it.
at
All right.
the very last. Yeah, when it's over with, this nigga loses.
All right.
So for me, Kendrick Lamar versus Blast. I'm going Kendrick just because I'm not as familiar with Blast music. So that's.
I would also
Blast
consider
another
R&B
vibes
nigga.
Mhm.
But anyway,
Steezy, we got Kendrick Lamar versus Mozzie.
Mozzie's my dog, but I gotta go Kendrick.
I love Mozzie.
Yeah, Mozzie can rap.
Yeah, he can. At a high level, and he just puts out so much. Like he's almost like a West Coast Currency in a way. It's like every other month he got a project coming out or some songs. It's like, damn, this nigga don't never stop rapping. Like he
He
live in
give
the
me
studio.
Don Trip vibes.
I forgot about Don Fred. I forgot about bro. He was dope. He was dope too.
Ali, I got Kendrick Lamar versus Shoreline Mafia. Kendrick, yeah. I love Shoreline Mafia too, but they're more vibe curators more than anything. They're good party music, but you know what I'm saying? They're not really headphone music per se.
Shoreline Mafia is the perfect party music.
It is. It is. You can just put it on an album, you rocking the whole night. Eric, you have the last one. Kendrick Lamar versus Dom Kennedy.
Well,
this nigga loves Dom, so that's why
I'm picking Kendrick because it's already a clean sweep anyway. But
just to make it
in
easy.
my heart of hearts, Dom is the winner.
Hey, that was fun, Marcus. How are you gonna shut it down? What's up?
Because we are in the AI space. So a lot of things happen in AI that we as fans get to see happen before it would never really happen in real life, or we get to put stats and things against each other. Even though this nigga does not rap, he is not in music, but if he decided to put all of his talent, energy, efforts into music, as like he has done in his similar career, I believe not only does Kendrick lose, Kendrick loses lopsidedly. And he's also, I believe, from California. And that is Ryan Coogler. If Ryan Coogler decided to rap, Kendrick.
Ryan Coogler is going to out rap Kendrick Lamar. and have thing I heard in 2026.
And have Michael B. Jordan on the beat.
Absolutely not. I don't know if they could find a beat. I don't know. Something about them just tells me like stick to the movies and acting, and they do amazing at that.
That tells me Kendrick would be writing the Ryan Coogler verse,
right?
And we just wouldn't, and we would never know.
The whole Black Panther soundtrack.
I'm just telling you, if he decided to rap. I'm telling you, bro, if he decided to rap like the way he, bro, just hold on. Now, hold on. Let's go through the Ryan Coogler. Like, let's treat his movies like mixtapes album. His first mixtape was Fruitvale Station.
Okay.
His first
that was a heavy hitter.
His first platinum was the Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
And now he just, now he's in the second chapter. Now we go to Center. So like that's what I'm saying. You just can't act like the dude. If he decided to rap, he would destroy K-Dot. And that would be Sinners. Only thing that would go against Sinners would be the Super Bowl of K-Dot last year. Like, I'll give you the Super Bowl. Well, he did Sinners.
He got Good Kid, Mad City, bro. That's a movie and an album.
So
If he was as good of a rapper as he is as good at making movies, that would just be a tough race in general.
that's why because there's no
I get your point. I get your point though.
Here's the thing, Steve. This is what you got to understand about Marcus. Marcus will start with a premise, and you'll be like, "How the fuck does that relate at all?" He'll make it make sense at the end if you give him enough time. Like that's what that shit was. I had to give him a minute, but then once he got in, I'm like, "All right, I got you."
Yeah.
But you gotta wait. You gotta go on the ride though. Like if you hop off early, you're not gonna know where the fuck that motherfucker going at all.
Hey, but when, that's the Scorpio in me. But when you get there, you be like, "Oh, this motherfucker lit."
That's what I'm saying. Like that's a fact. So
Absolutely.
I see it.
Where can we find you, bro? Where can we find your music? I know you're on Spotify. My favorite song happens to be the top played song on here. I'm fucking with Feels Good, real heavy. Where can they find your music? Where can they find you on Instagram? Where can they find you wherever else you are?
Yeah, on all platforms, it's Mike Steezy, MikeSteezy. And on all platforms, you can find me on all socials. You can find me at Steezy, like Mike STEEZ, LIKEMIKE. And I got a new single actually dropping probably in about, I don't even know what time it is right now, but it should be dropping about at 9. It's called Low Key. It's with my boy Ace Don't Love Me, and produced by my best friend Bobby B. It's gonna be a dope record. It was supposed to drop on Valentine's Day, but we was busy, so it's gonna come after the weekend. But for some ladies, Valentine's Day is every day, so we gonna keep the vibe still going. But the song is called Low Key, and it's basically about because in this day and age, there's certain types of relationships that go on, and there are relationships where a lot of people just don't want everybody in their business. A lot of people just want to love who they love and do what they want to do. And that's just a song basically talking about that type of situation with some people, because there are some people out there that just want to love on their person and just not have everybody all in their business. They just want to go to work, see they boo, do the same thing again. So like that's just a song basically predicated on like the love of people. Just let's love each other. We ain't gotta tell everybody in the freaking world that we're in love. Like we're just focused on each other. So that's just the type of song that is. And I got a bunch of stuff coming. Shout out to Revolt 440, my label. I got a lot coming with them. Consistency. I got an EP coming this summer. But in the meantime, I'm dropping single after single, month after month, just keep everybody on their toes, keep everybody listening. And we got a lot of big things coming this year, you guys. I'm very, very excited.
What was the name of the single?
It's called Low Key.
Low Key?
Yeah.
So that actually, you walked right into the bonus question that Allie gonna ask you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Screenshot.
Oh, all right. Hold on. Let me see. Let me go back.
See how Shane?
I'm like, what?
Shane, see? Shane.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I was not thinking you were going to bring this up at all. Okay.
He walked into it.
Uh-oh.
Okay. All right. So, Steezy, real quick. All right.
Yeah.
So, have you ever heard of Galentine's Day?
Oh, when all the girls get together. Yeah.
Yeah, because they might not have a Valentine's. So they're like, okay, we're going to kick it together. We're going to support each other.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How would you feel if the fellas decided to have their own version of that called Malentine's Day or Malentine's Day?
Valentine's. That'd be that's really interesting.
I love you too, dog. Here go some flowers, B.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I feel like a group of guys that probably are doing that are probably trying to get attention from somebody that they want attention from. I don't see a bunch of guys just doing that. Like I see a bunch of guys going to go like watch the game before they call the group setting Malentines or Palentines or something like that.
No, matching pajamas, flowers, chocolates.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
you
don't
didn't
see,
want
I don't
the
see a bunch of
dude with
guys.
the heart-shaped box for you. It'd be like, just off the
Nah,
strength. You know what I'm
crazy.
say's you the homie. So
I got
here
to
goes
let
some
my
nice
homie, man.
chocolates
Somebody come in
that I
there
bought from
with me.
Godiva.
That's like a nigga saying bye-bye to me on the phone. No, just
Very
say
valid.
peace
Very valid.
later.
Goodbye,
One.
acceptable. Bye by itself, perfectly fine. Bye-bye. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't see it.
Or
I
a
don't
nigga
see
saying good night to
Valentine's.
don't tell me good night. Or just be like,
We
I'll
live
talk to you
together.
later.
I don't want to tell this nigga good night. I say
Hold
I'll
on,
see
a
you
nigga,
tomorrow, and then
Yeah.
I go to
nigga
bed.
can't say good night.
Good night. Hey, my
You can't
boy.
say good night.
Appreciate it.
Nah, I'll be like, I'll holler at you tomorrow, bro. And he'd be like,
All
all
right,
right.
good night, nigga.
All right,
Oh
good
my
night,
God.
Man.
If I do, I'll put him in a headlock and say, you want to go night night, nigga?
Yeah, I don't see man the homie doing a Valentine's, man.
I don't know, man.
Nah.
You just said the single low key. We just want to be low key. We just want to have us dudes get together, celebrate the day of
Boys
love.
being boys.
Just like I don't know what you like. What was in your cup that you was drinking earlier?
Oh, it's some tequila.
Yeah, I got you. I got you the Rasposado that you like.
Oh, heck no.
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 Nah, bro.
That I know that you like? No.
Yeah, that's
I got you your favorite.
No.
that's a little,
Oh,
Cheers.
orange.
that's a little tricky, bro.
Oh shit.
All right, so I guess
Oh,
we
no.
not running that back next year, huh? I guess that's off the
No.
table. All right.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh shit.
All right, maybe in the next few years.
I
But all
like
right,
his
thank you
name
so
for it
much.
better though. Palentine's Day. Like I'm doing Valentine's Day with my pals. Like I like that better than Malin.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Malin sounds malicious.
right. Male Valentine's. It don't sound right. I agree. His is much better. But
It sounds like the name of a dude strip club.
Bro, been hitting all night.
Valentine's. That's straight up what that sounds like.
Allie and the homegirls in there for the bachelorette parties.
oh my God. Oh
Hey,
my
it's
God.
I
Allie
ain't
and the
gonna
rest
lie
of the
though.
rain gang in there clowning. Like
Whatever you name it, sounds like a country that I don't want stamped on my passport.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
free Palestine,
right.
though. You know what I'm saying? We love y'all. All right, Allie, get us up out of here, man.
On that note, thank you again, Susie, for hanging out with us. Make sure you guys go check him out. And then make sure that you guys are also, like I told you before, hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to do that. And also to join us every single Monday for a new episode of Bar Exam. We had a whole lot of fun hanging out with you guys. Let us know how we did in the comments. Let us know your verdict on this episode. But we can't wait to give you another one. So we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye, Bar Exam Gang. See ya.
Peace.